Hi, my name is Emily. After a long and tiring day, my old habit was to indulge in the ice cream in the freezer or the leftover pizza in the fridge. Little did I know that our brains are programmed to crave junk food and sweets. Although these foods impact our brain chemistry, we have more control over our cravings than we think. I discovered 3 factors that made my brain uncontrollably crave junk food and sweets. So, I turned these 3 points into clear guidelines that over time became stronger to the point where my brain almost never craves junk food and sweets. Let's embark on this journey together and identify the 3 points that changed everything. During my weight loss journey, my morning routine was chaotic. I woke up just in time to get ready and leave the house, which meant my breakfast was a quick coffee on the way to work. I thought that eating less would mean losing weight faster, but it left me hungry within a few hours. By 10 in the morning, hunger had already taken over, and I would rush to the vending machine to get something to satiate my hunger until lunch. This usually resulted in quick and not always healthy choices like cereal bars or snacks. At lunchtime, I allowed myself a more substantial meal. I would choose between salads and heavier main dishes. Despite my good intentions, hunger struck again in the mid-afternoon, leading me to seek more snacks. I kept a stock of nuts and dried fruits in my drawer, but sometimes it wasn't enough to avoid the temptation of sweets and sodas. I would come home exhausted, and after dinner, the urge to eat sweets was irresistible. Watching TV at night was always accompanied by chocolate or ice cream. During new attempts to lose weight, I resisted nighttime cravings, but over time, they always came back. Each attempt included new strategies, like replacing sweets with low-calorie options, but I frequently failed. The problem was that nighttime cravings were just the final symptom of 2 main unresolved factors. Did you manage to identify the first 2 factors in the story? If you thought of intermittent fasting, cutting carbs, adding exercise, or any specific diet, it's none of those. The first factor was not providing enough energy to my body during the day, resulting in insatiable hunger at night. Think of cravings as a horse and hunger as the rider. The horse is harder to control, but if you don't have a good relationship with the rider, you can't control either, and you'll be trampled. To improve this relationship, I established 2 clear guidelines. 1. Drink more water. I discovered that we often confuse thirst with hunger. I replaced soda with water, which significantly reduced my snacking between meals. 2. Increase protein intake. I added more protein to my diet, which helped maintain satiety for longer. The intervals between meals became more manageable, and hunger was no longer as intense. These simple changes reduced my nighttime cravings, but they still needed to be controlled directly, leading me to the second factor. We know that habits are formed through triggers, actions, and rewards. To break this cycle, I created barriers between the craving and the action. Instead of hiding sweets, I started introducing small steps before allowing myself to eat something indulgent, like drinking water or eating a salad first. These barriers helped delay my cravings and reduce the frequency with which I gave in to them. Here are the guidelines I followed. 1. Introduce steps before giving in to the craving. Drink water or eat a salad before consuming something indulgent. 2. Total permission, but with a barrier. I allowed myself to eat whatever I wanted, as long as I passed a barrier first, like writing down my thoughts before eating the desired sweet. These barriers helped reduce the intensity of the cravings and the amount of indulgent foods I consumed. The third factor required me to face my cravings directly. Observing friends, I noticed that they didn't turn to food in response to stress. I began to question my relationship with food and realized that I associated food with pleasure, celebration, and stress relief. To change this, I started recording my thoughts before eating, asking how I wanted that food to serve me. Initially, it was unsettling to see the discrepancy between my cravings and my actual needs, but over time, I began making more conscious choices aligned with my goals. 1. Record thoughts before eating. Write down how I wanted the food to serve me before eating. 2. Reflect on the value of the food. Ask how the food I was about to eat would serve me at the moment, aligning with my health and wellness goals. These 3 factors combined prevented me from sabotaging myself, but there was still work to be done to reach my final goals. I hope this story and these tips can help you on your journey. If I could do it, so can you. Let's transform our habits and achieve our goals healthily together. Want to know more about neuroscience-based weight loss strategies? Then you need to watch this video.